The following program may contain adult language and mature subject matter and does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Good evening and welcome to Canadian Cigar Scene with your host Julian Luke and Kevin Newell right here on Reality Radio 101. To contact us live this evening in the studio, dial 905-725-1907. Toll free anywhere in North America, 1-866-905-7325. Worldwide, 1-866-656-5477. Send us an email in studio101@gmail.com. And now, right to your hosts of Canadian Cigar Scene, Kevin Newell and Julian Luke.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Canadian Cigar Scene. How's everybody doing tonight? Julian?
Fantastic, man. Couldn't be any better. Good to be back here in the Beaver Media studio group, or whatever the hell we call it.
That's close.
Some sort of a beaver dam.
That's close, man. That's right. Do another bowl. No, well, yes.
Yes.
It's all good. It's all good.
Are you disco dancing?
No, I can't hear a goddamn thing.
How's
I don't
that
know
better?
What happened. There we go.
Is it better? You sure?
Oh, absolutely.
You want more?
Just a touch, maybe.
Okay.
I worked at a factory for 26 years. My hearing sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More? I can.
No,
give you
that's
a little-
purple.
Okay.
That's good.
You and Brian Johnson both.
Me too, though.
Yeah, no doubt. Eh?
If it wasn't for in-ear monitors, that we wear, I couldn't hear a thing.
Oh, it's brutal, eh?
Yeah.
We're laughing earlier. I gotta. Let's do this quickly. Why are we doing this, Jew?
This is all about education, my friend. We're letting everybody in Canada know about the wonderful industry that we're so privileged to be a part of.
Absolutely. Online. It's kind of funny. I'm just thinking about. We're talking about the mute button here, and
right.
Talking about making sure that if the mute's on, you're not being heard by anybody. And I'm thinking about what that. I don't. Everybody's talking about the Olympics going on right now, and Elliot Friedman. Did you see that?
No.
What he did?
No.
Oh, it was classic. He's calling the men's 4x100 relay race, right? The swimming race, and it's Michael Phelps could win like his 200 millionth gold medal and surpass everybody, right? So he's looking, and that's another race. I don't even know which one it was. So he's racing, right? And he's calling, and Elliot Friedman's calling. He's going, oh my God, yeah, he's gonna lose. He's in third. He could not. He might not get a medal. And then it comes up, and then the race is over, and it comes up, and it shows that he was the guy that was in first, and he screwed up the guy's lanes.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Everybody in the world's talking about it. Oh yeah, it's just unbelievable.
Well, except for me.
Yeah, that's right. And then there's his compadre, the guy that works with him, and the guy's name is Byron McDonald, right? This was him. And thinking about the mute button. As in radio, you should always realize that. Just assume that your microphone is always on. Is that the deal, Gary? Is that always assume? Well, he pooched it up because when the women won, they won a bronze medal. he said, without knowing that the mic, realizing the mic was on, he said, the little 14-year-old from China dropped the ball, baby. Too excited. Went out like stink, died like a pig.
Are you serious?
Thanks for that. He said, that's what he said.
Oh,
China's up in arms over it.
Blame it on real.
That's right.
What more can you say?
Just a bunch of beauties.
Hey, listen, before we get underway today, I just wanted to do a quick shout-out and thanks to RFM, who was our gracious host
Absolutely.
up in Peterborough last weekend. Made a phenomenal couple of roasts in the smoker, and there were lots of cigars and a little bit of poker, and it was just a good old shebang.
Lots of scotch, I hear.
Yeah. I might have had a nip or two. I don't remember a whole lot on the way home, and so thanks to Gene and Adam for piloting me back to my house.
Nice, very good.
What are you doing, a Frankie Valli over there? Just going solo with the microphone?
Me. You know what we should mention before we go any further is there's a lot of talk about this plain packaging in Canada. I'm not sure if we were going to mention this later on in the show or what, but
let's do it now.
Yeah. We had Colin O'Shea on from House of Horvath a couple of weeks ago. Everybody's up in arms with this. All their suppliers are, and as they should be, about plain packaging in Canada. If this goes through, people, we're going to be looking at a humidor of just mundane proportions. It's going to be everything the same color, no bands, nothing on the boxes. Like it's gonna be the most boring humidor on the entire planet.
And consumers will be highly susceptible, in my opinion, to fraud, because all somebody would have to do is have a cigar manufactured that looks the same size and color as, say, a Siglo 6, which is a $70 cigar in Ontario, and put fakes in the box, and next thing the consumers are going to be purchasing product that's contraband and illegal.
That's right.
So so all of our listeners need to make their voices heard.
And how they can make it heard, you?
Go to change.org, where I believe there is a plain packaging. I know there's a plain packaging petition. We only need 500 people for this to be taken to the government, and I think they're at 300 and some odd people as it stands. So if even just a fraction of our listeners go to change.org and look for that plain packaging tobacco petition for the country of Canada, let everybody know, folks, because otherwise we'll have nobody to blame but ourselves if we let this go through on our watch.
Absolutely. Do it today, people. Do it today, okay? So that's our soapbox for the evening.
No, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah. You know what? It's going to go out in our constant contact to all of our customers. I'm going to start hammering this home because, we got to start. We got to start standing up.
Canadians need to stand up.
My God,
a whole lot.
Absolutely. Tonight's show, we were planning on doing a little bit of tour guiding.
Scheduling, I would say, because it seems like, okay, it's the summer, but before you know it, the fall and winter seasons will be here.
No.
And if our listeners are thinking of going on any kind of cigar junket, they probably should start making plans fairly soon and figure out where they want to go, because a lot of these things book up very quickly.
What's it? It's middle of August already. Where the heck did summer go?
I don't know where the last 3 weeks went, actually.
It's been pretty crazy. And today was, in Ontario, anyways, in southern Ontario, was finally the first, half day of good, steady rain that we've had in six weeks. I don't even know. It's been crazy.
It was badly needed.
My grass just looks like now it's
ramen noodles.
Yeah, that's right.
Before the water goes on them.
Oh, I know. It's been crazy. So, we're just going to go through a few things that you may want to consider for the upcoming months, and some great tours. Some of them we've been on, some of them we want to go on. So, first off, especially in November, there's not a lot of information on it right yet, but in Cuba, or right in Havana, is the Partagas Festival.
Yes, and that's the least known of the Cuban festivals.
That's right. It's there's always the Habanos Festival in late February, early March, I think it is. But this one's is a very small. It's usually attended by about 300-400 people. There's a few dinners, there's a few events scheduled. It's November 14th to 18th. So you may want to look at that. It's a little more laid back. It's not quite the pomp and pageantry, as they say, of the Habanos Festival, and a lot less expensive as well. So, the way we're looking at things, what we saw in Cuba when we were there in, I think it was April was the Habanos Festival, I think it was. And, just on a personal level, I'm looking at it going, there's been a lot of changes in Havana, and, with the Americans starting to come in and the influx of money.
Well, that was right before Obama.
Yeah, I mean, they're paving
And the
roads.
Stones.
Things are changing, and they're changing fast there. So, I mean, if you want to get one last sort of look at the country and the city itself before
Walmart takes over,
before Americanization, get down there, and that might be a great little festival to check out while you're there. So I think it's they did a lot of work on that Partagas factory as well. So
it's gorgeous. It's right behind
beautiful.
the Capitol building, which itself was under massive overhaul. And some of those town squares where there were like incredible coffee shops and ice cream shops, they'd all been redone since I was there about 6 years ago, and I couldn't believe the differences.
Yeah, and do your research, people. Go online and check out places that you might want to, restaurants and places to see that you might want to check out, because I mean, it's get yourself a full itinerary when you're there and be prepared, because I mean, the people in Cuba aren't going to do it for you. You go down there eyes wide open, and someone's going to take you. So just be prepared, do your research, and know what you want to see.
Yeah,
right?
And I think we could recommend that. What was that hotel we stayed in for the Habanos Festival?
Copacabana.
Yeah.
Great
I keep having to remember of I Love Lucy before I can remember that. Yeah, great hotel. I mean, a bit sort of gray around the edges, but very convenient to Havana. And I think some of the places in Havana itself are getting to be expensive, from what people tell me.
And I mean, the beauty of that one was it had a natural lagoon. So a pool that you could go swimming in, totally safe. Right on the break wall. That was. Nice saltwater pool. It was kind of nice.
Oh, it was gorgeous there. Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Absolutely.
All right, so non-Cuban tours. Where do we begin?
Well,
should we go chronologically? I tell you, we gotta give a shout out to a gentleman named Tommy Zarzecki, who posted an article on FamousSmoke.com that had some information about some of the tours that we didn't know about. So we've got a combination of tours we've been on and tours we haven't been on. So maybe we should start with the ones we've been on, and maybe we should start with the very first one.
Yeah, Drew Estate. Yeah, Cigar Safari. Wow, if you want a full-blown tour, they really encompass a bunch of Nicaragua into this one as well. I mean, I'm looking at, it starts in, you land in Managua. Basically, from there you go to, I believe you go to Granada first. You go to Granada, you check out the farms, you check out the Mombacho volcano, Lake Nicaragua, the Calzado right there. I mean, it's a fantastic area where there's bars on both sides and entertainment at night. It's just lively and crazy.
Yeah, UNESCO World Heritage Site.
Yeah, it's just so a beautiful colonial town. And from there, you scoot up to it's about an hour to Granada from Managua, and then then back up to Managua, and then you head on up to Esteli, which is about two and a half hours. So a couple of cigars, a couple of beers, and you're there. I mean, from there you stay right at they have a beautiful what do you call that?
Compound,
I guess. Yeah. Compound, beautiful pools. You share a room with another person. All your food is taken care of, all your booze, all your cigars, the more important thing. And, I mean, they lay it out for you.
They do. And a complete bilingual tour guide as well, right? I mean, you can't put a price on having that when you're going to a foreign country. Having a bilingual guide, as well as security that are definitely armed, because, let's face it, some places in Central America are not that safe, although I've never felt unsafe in Nicaragua. But they provide all that, and everything's covered. And most of the junkets, like Drew Estate, 4-day, 3-night trip.
Yep.
So, you if you can get a flight on points and manage to get your way down there. But Drew Estate is probably the most popular of all the tours, and it does fill up.
Oh, yeah, they go fast.
I don't think at this point there are spots available for this fall, but perhaps for the spring.
Yeah, I think they open up the spring one soon. I'm not sure when. We'll have to check that out and find out an upcoming shows, give you an idea of when that comes up. Available.
You can go to drewestate.com or to cigarsafari.com for information. And if you want to learn more about reservations, we have an email address, jbrook with an E on the end. So jbrook@drewestate.com apparently is an email contact that might be able to help you with information about Cigar Safari.
Yeah, check that out. Yeah, always a good one. And we've been on that trip, so we know it's great. Hey, Chuck in Sacramento, California. How you doing, buddy? Thanks very much for the email. I'm glad you're listening in. Second week in a row. Yeah, the Olympic thing. Yeah, you know what? The Olympic thing is kind of a funny thing. You know, it's more of a money grab nowadays. It seems like, you know, I just find it hard to believe that you know, they try and make these things viable in a city where, you know, people don't have enough food to eat or don't have a clean place to live. You know, it's kind of a ridiculous thing, I know. So, you know what? Hey, let's enjoy a cigar. Just relax.
Yeah, thanks for listening, Chuck.
I really appreciate it, buddy. What's the next one on the tour?
Well, this was the very first one we went on, I think, the Perdomo Factory Tour, which is in Esteli, Nicaragua.
Yeah.
And we are very fortunate that the vice president of Perdomo, Arthur Kemper, was Kemper was our tour guide. He was incredibly entertaining.
Awesome.
You know, what a great sort of initiation, I guess, into the world of cigar tours. And I've got to say, of everything that we've done, the Perdomo tour, I think, was the most comprehensive one. I was blown away by the amount of time we spent looking at seeds and the seed planting machine and how seeds were, you know, controlled in that sort of vacuum system that then, you know, dropped them one by one into the area. I wasn't really ready for the level. I almost felt like I came away as being a bit of a plant biologist by the time I was done with 3 days. Frankly, I got to the point a couple of times where I was like, holy cow, I don't think I can absorb anymore. But I got to give them credit because they did one hell of a job of taking us from seed to final product.
Yeah.
It was mind-blowing.
Probably the most extensive I've been on, too. You know, I mean, you basically, you had like 4 hours. You went for lunch back at the compound. I mean, you stay at a great little compound they have, and they got a great meeting area there where, you know, everybody sits around in the evening at dinner and after dinner, and you know, I mean, you just sit around and you talk about your day and talk about what you do, and you know, it's a great just I mean, cigars and dominoes if they're your passion. That's right.
The tours to Perdomo, they do 2 tours per week, Sunday to Wednesday and Wednesday to Saturday. And keep in mind, again, most of these tours, they're only going to do it when tobacco is in the field. So you're looking at like sort of November or sort of February-ish for you to have, you know, the sort of like the full impact of the tour. Now, the tours themselves are hosted either by Arthur Kemper or by Nick Perdomo himself, the owner of the company. So, you know, you take your chances, but either or you would have a wonderful time. Day 1, you arrive in Esteli. Day 2 and 3, full-blown tours. Day 4, learn to roll your cigar, tour recap, get your certificate, and depart for the airport. So within 4 days, again, you're going to come out of there with your head just buzzing, not just from the number of cigars that you'll consume, but from the sheer volume of information. If you've never seen one of these factories, you're not going to, no words can describe it. You have to see it for yourself.
And some pretty cool Canadian connections with the fertilizers and stuff like that, certain products that they're using from the Canadian manufacturers as well.
Yes, we saw that at General, I think it was when we were down there. My
favorite one as well.
My favorite one was when we went to Perdomo and met Aristides. He used to be the boss of all of Pinar del Rio, and he wanted to open his own cigar farm or factory, and the Cubans wouldn't let him. So he asked if he could be allowed to travel to Nicaragua for 10 months a year, and they allowed him to do that because I think he retired finally when he was like 80. So he's the barn boss now at Perdomo, and man, what a great guy.
He's a cool guy, yeah. I've seen pictures of him, and you see pictures of him the odd time in Perdomo ads and stuff like that. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, he looks like Vegas Romania.
Yeah, absolutely does.
Absolutely. Yeah, like that generation. It's like the war generation. I mean, there's not many of them left.
That's right. Yeah, I've been through a hell of a lot. We should back up just one quick thing about Cigar Safari. I forgot to mention. I'm not sure they do it every time, but I mean, when we did Cigar Safari, we did Hoya to Nicaragua as well.
Correct.
Right?
I believe they do that every time because Juan Martinez,
Yeah.
the president of Hoya, is also the president of the Nicaraguan Cigar Association, I think.
I think so, yes.
I think so.
So he's, I mean, going to Hoya was probably one of my highlights. Just seeing, I mean, the history, the bullet holes in the walls, you know, it was crazy.
From the revolution.
Yeah, insanity. And the stories that he told were just riveting. So
it's like Compton, but with cigars.
That's right. That's right.
All right. We should probably get go to a commercial break. I don't think we asked Gary if he'd like to do a commercial break.
It's up to you guys.
I'll get one queuing up, Gary.
It's all set.
All right.
Let her rip.
All right. You got to pay some bills.
Yeah, we haven't paid bills in many a week, I guess. Just letting everybody know that you're listening to Two Jack Wagons on realityradio101.com. And this is Canadian Cigar Scene. We'll be right back.
Are you currently looking for home, automobile, business, or life insurance and live in the Durham, Ontario region, but you are just not sure where or who to turn to? Relax. The answer is WO Insurance Brokers. WO Insurance Brokers offers personalized service with very competitive rates. We offer monthly payments as well as a claims guarantee, making your insurance needs less stressful. Policy discounts are also available too. So what are you waiting for now? Call WO Insurance Brokers at 905-436-9090. Visit our website at www.woinsurancebrokers.com for more information. Remember, when you need a caring and professional insurance brokerage, WO is for you. At WO Insurance Brokerage, we are your hometown broker. The following program may contain adult language and mature subject matter and does not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Reality Radio 101, its advertisers and sponsors, or its listening audience. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Welcome back to Canadian Cigar Scene with your hosts, Julian Luke and Kevin Newell, right here on Reality Radio 101. To contact us live by telephone, dial 905-725-1907. Toll free in North America, 1-866-905-7325. Send us an email, instudio101@gmail.com.
Last night I had something so good. These days get so long.
And now, right back to Kevin and Julian.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Canadian Cigar Scene on realityradio101.com. We're just going through a few factory tours and things you may want to put onto your old calendar here. And before we go back to our tour guidedness, why don't we do some Victory Cigars events?
Yeah, get a pencil, folks. You might want to jot these down.
My favorite. This week's Cigar of the Week is Black Lotus Maduro from Dominion Cigar. We had Steve on.
Steve Ricker.
Yeah, Steve Ricker on last week. What a beaut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Something to do with some Black Lotus ashtrays we're giving away this week. So,
yeah.
You know what? Come on in and check it out. It's great. That Maduro's a beauty.
Yeah, fabulous.
Wednesday, August 24th, which is next Wednesday, is our final Nine and Dine of the year. $80 gets you golf, cart, dinner, cigars, prizes, and you get to watch Julian swing a club. Call the shop if you want to get in. 905-443-0193. New stuff at Victory Cigars. I know Diane's listening right now, and she's really pushing these new walking sticks that she's using. Hello, I'm a dead man. White ash, twisted sassafras, and more.
Well, that's fun to say.
Sassafras. Hey, how's it going? Uncle Fungus.
Carry on.
Sorry, I digress. For pipe lovers, we have new McClellan blends now in stock as well. Some new pipe tobaccos. So maple and vanilla. So look for them at the shop.
Anything to do with that maple syrup heist that happened in Southern Ontario and Quebec just this week? I wonder. Maybe the McClellans are behind it.
What are you talking about?
There's a big maple syrup heist.
That's what they stole?
Yeah, they stole maple syrup. It was huge. It's the McClellans, I'm telling you.
Jesus Christ.
It's like the Hatfields and the McCoys.
This is craziness. See what they do in Ontario? Us Canadians, we don't steal money and shit.
No, we steal maple syrup. That's right.
And hockey pucks.
I'd be guarding my pancakes if I was the people at Betty Crocker right now.
Buddy. Someone's looking out for you.
Yeah.
This week, come on into the shop and check out our new Davidoff humidor. We have a huge selection of Davidoff in the shop now. It's going really well as well. Custom ash stuff. Cigar Rest will be coming into the shop, I think, this week.
All the way from Oakville.
Oh.
It's taking some time.
Hey, on a slow boat.
Yes.
Cigar Scene happenings. Over to you, Jew.
Okay, the Big Smoke is confirmed at Freedom Ranch this coming Sunday, August 21st. $85 is going to get you steam whistle beer, cigars, and food all included. You can get details in store at Victory Cigars or Village Cigar and Barber Shop in Oakville and Burlington. If you live close to the location, which is in Stouffville, Ontario. You can actually get in, I think, for as low as $70 if you arrange your own transportation. But I know it from our store, $85 gets you a ride in a luxury limousine there. And well, actually, it's a 12-seater passenger van, but still.
We'll get you there. We'll get you back safe.
We'll get you back. Again, we've been pumping this for several weeks, and we're going to keep doing so because we really want to support this festival, the Nicaraguan Cigar Festival. Dates have been announced, January 17th till 21st, 2017. Information at nicaraguancigarfestival.com. Want to also mention, we would love to see folks this weekend if you're in the Oshawa area. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, AutoFest is happening at Oshawa's Lakeview Park. Mm-hmm. Probably one of the biggest car exhibitions in the world. Like thousands of cars, 30,000 people go through this thing over the course of a weekend. Cars that are just off the charts. And at least one of our Victory girls is going to be down there, and I think they might have some free samples and stuff for people. Not of cigars, but of some other good stuff. So come on down and check them out. Want to also mention how sorry we were to hear the passing of Carlos Fuente Sr., which happened on August 6th. Our thoughts to the entire Fuente, our thoughts and prayers go out to the entire Fuente family.
Absolutely.
And lastly, a shout out to Cigar Studio this week at 4 Willingdon Boulevard in Toronto. If you're going to Toronto and want to find a fabulous cigar store, go see Jerry and Alex at Cigar Studio for fantastic service and great selection. www.cigarstudio.com.
Boom.
There
we go. Yeah, great guys. Oh, you know what? We also forgot to mention one other event that we're planning. September 24th.
Oh, buddy.
It's time to start pumping this one.
Oh, yeah.
It's our annual October Cigar Fest, as we like to call it. We fly in the beer from Germany that they use at the actual Oktoberfest. We have a fantastic local restaurant do all the German fare for us. Tons of German food. We've got live entertainment.
Guy on the SWAT team that plays the accordion.
Oh, buddy. And we have a special guest this year.
Is this confirmed yet?
This is confirmed.
So who we got?
We have the one, the only, Rocky Patel.
Oh, coming to
Oshawa, baby.
Bring your lederhosen, Rocky.
Oh,
you're not going to be able to walk the next day.
So if you want to meet up with Rocky, get some pictures, get some autographs, you got to come to our October Cigar Fest, September 24th.
In beautiful Oshawa.
Absolutely. That is a good segue for the Rocky Patel Cigar Factory Tour.
We're back on factory tours?
Yep.
All right.
Boom. We've done this tour a couple of times.
We have.
And once we were lucky enough to take the trek to Nicaragua, to the factory in Nicaragua from Danley, and actually open the door, and Rocky Patel answers the door.
Yeah. Like,
and,
hello, what are you bums doing?
So he took us all for lunch, all 16, 18 of us. Took us on an entire factory tour. Took us to the fields. It was incredible. So this guy's a true gentleman. So you get an opportunity to meet a guy like this stature, you got to make an opportunity. You got to do it.
And we should probably mention, to those of you that are listening, you might be thinking, okay, you guys are talking about tours that are for retailers. No, we're talking about tours that like consumers can go on, and you can arrange these for your local tobacconist. But if your local tobacconist doesn't have something hooked up, spread the word on Facebook and social media. Maybe there'll be somebody that picks up and says, hey, you know what, you can meet us down there, because we've had that happen in the past. We had a gentleman on the last tour we did to Camacho,
Alabama,
that came from Alabama, and he just had wanted to go on the tour and had nobody to hook up with, and found out our store was going.
Turned out to be a great guy too.
Yeah,
smoothest voice in history of time too.
All right, so go over this Rocky Patel tour. What happens?
Basically, you get picked up in Tegucigalpa, which is the capital city. You get transportation to Danley, to the factory. They have a beautiful compound, pool. All your accommodations are there. The fantastic food. There's never a shortage of beer or rum. The cigar humidor is...
well, there is a shortage, generally around 3 a.m.
Hey, are you looking at me?
Yeah.
The humidor is always filled with cigars, so there's never a shortage of those as well. You have the opportunity to make your own blend, and they blend you a bunch of cigars that you put your own band. They put your personalized band on, and you take them home with you. You do basically seed to finished product. You go to their box factory as well. There's an opportunity to walk through the town of El Paraíso.
El Paraíso, yes.
Yeah, which is really cool. You know, and it's totally safe. I mean, don't get this don't get any ideas that you're going to be mugged or anything bad's going to happen.
Well, just
to
don't
you.
go off the reservation.
Stick with the group and stick with
the herd.
Yeah,
and you're fine.
and you're fine.
The
Totally
Honduran
fine.
people are wonderful.
Absolutely,
They absolutely are.
So great, another great tour, and if you're lucky enough, you have the opportunity to meet Rocky as well.
Yeah,
'Cause he's
and
down there.
apparently it's like about a 1 in 20 chance that he happens to be at the factory when somebody goes through. But sometimes lightning strikes, and for us it did.
That's right. I mean, if you need to, if you're looking to get some more information on this, you can email. Is it Julie?
Yes.
Yeah. J Detmer, DETMER at rockypatel.com if you want to get some more information on that.
Yeah. And international clients get to have the tour guided by Christopher May. So if you're an international listener somewhere outside of North America or somewhere outside of the United States, trust me, you will have a good time with that gentleman. He's nuts.
Absolutely.
He's nuts. Now, we're running out of time here. I mean, there are so many other factory tours that you can go on. We didn't even touch on the Dominican Republic, but Tabacalera de Garcia, one of the world's biggest factories, and I think maybe one of the biggest ones, the Dominican. They make like the American Monte Cristo, the American Romeo y Julieta, H. Upmann, Vega Fina, all those cigars. They do...
you forgot to mention a house blend for us.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Casa de Garcia. All right. They have all kinds of... well, why'd you bring it up?
Oh, you're supposed to say Victory Cigars.
You're an idiot. No, I tell everybody. I'm proud of that. Anyway, you can learn more at cigarcountrytours.com if you want to find out information about that one. And for those of you that are looking for a cigar experience but don't really want to sort of invest 3 or 4 days, if you're in the Dominican Republic near La Romana, La Flor Dominicana does several different tours that range from 30 to 90 minutes in duration. One of them, which includes a master's factory tour and a cigar tasting. Some of these, I believe, are free. And I think they happen just about every day during tourist season. So if you're going to the Dominican and you want to check something out, La Flor Dominicana, or LFD as we like to call it, at La Romana, they can certainly point you in the right direction.
And if you're in the right place at the right time, you can also be in Dominican for the Pro Cigar Festival.
Yeah.
Right, which is... I haven't got the exact dates on that yet, but we'll be passing those on to you soon enough. Probably in about 2 minutes when Ju Googles it.
Yeah, well, no, I think I put them in my phone.
Yeah. Again, I've heard nothing but good things about this factory tour as well. You know, it's all the manufacturers from the DR are there, Davidoff to Fuente to everybody. So it's a great opportunity to meet everybody in one fell swoop. You know, in a like a 4 or 5 day festival. Plus, there's beach time involved there and golf.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
ProCigar.com, you say?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the website that's got the addresses. And not that our listeners can't Google it themselves, but I'm curious now because I need to have this in my phone, and I thought it was in there, but I'm switching between Android and Microsoft, and the two address books. My Outlook address book doesn't like my Android.
Anyways.
Shut up.
How about, I mean, we haven't even talked about, even onshore tours, like in, going to Tampa Bay, going to Ybor City, touring J.C. Newman's factory.
Oh, that was great.
Which is great. That
was great.
There's also tours in Miami you can check out, Miami Cigar Tours as well. You know what? There's right in your own front backyard, there's some great stuff. You don't have to travel far. And it's not expensive either, to go to Ybor City, fly down to Tampa, or if you live in that area, just a beautiful spot, tons of cigar shops / bars, great restaurants, and one of the oldest factories in North America.
And one of the nicest families in the industry.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But,
all right. Well, you know what? This doesn't want to come up for me, but it's not critical. Oh, wait. Of course, once I say that, there we go. Have we got dates here? General information, schedule, and activities. Is that what we need to find for Pro Cigar?
No, I think they want to hear more about your Android problems.
Shut up. February 19th till 24th, 2017.
Hold it. Isn't that near this? That's during the Super Bowl, is it?
I don't know. Might have to watch it.
That's out.
Might have to watch it in the Dominican.
That's out. Jeez. Wow, looking at the time. Can we stammer on, eh? Just going on and on. It is it's come to that time, Ju. Have we got a guest for next week?
We do. We have Deanna and Ugo from Cretek, Canada.
We've got 2 guests.
We have 2 guests.
1 guest times 2.
Times 2. I do.
Well, they're two of our favorite people in the world, and we're looking forward to spending some quality time with them.
Oh, we are.
Absolutely.
They are great folks.
Yeah. I think we've covered all the bases here, folks. I got to say again, thank you very much to all of our worldwide listeners. Our listenership is just skyrocketing. Bahamas, Barbados, Bermuda. I mean, all the B words for countries is craziness. I don't even know what's going on here. And all you people in the United States and Canada, thanks for your support. We really do appreciate it.
We do.
Yeah, absolutely. You know how to reach. You know how to reach us. Get a hold of us. Firing us off emails here. radio@victorycigars.ca. Julian is Horatio. I am Victory Garman. We are both on Twitter. Of course, we have our Facebook page. And don't forget, we are also on Instagram. You'll find us at victorycigars.ca. Just again, thank you, everybody, for listening to Canadian Cigar Scene on realityradio101.com. And I think now, Gary, it is time to have a cigar. Boom.
You have been listening to Canadian Cigar Scene with your hosts, Julian Luke and Kevin Newell, right here on Reality Radio 101.